Is there a mirror in the middle? No, there is not a mirror in the middle. This is how big this place is. The Basilica Cistern is one of the largest Roman construction projects of all time, because Istanbul, unlike most other cities, most other ancient cities, was not built next to a rich fresh water source. None of them are as famous and as visited as the Basilica Cistern. Why? What is so special about the Basilica Cistern? And this place is it's such a mysterious and visually such an impressive place that it's been in some movies, because people saw this and they thought like, wow, this place is so beautiful. It's like a palace, but underground. It's like a sunken palace. And it's a big mystery. Everyone is asking, why is the Medusa head upside down? Why are there two giant Medusa heads? What's the meaning of this? Today we're going to show you one of the most famous and mysterious sites in all of Istanbul, the Basilica Cistern. This site gets over 1 million visitors every year. It is completely underground, invisible from the street level. It is one of the largest Roman construction projects of all time and close to 1,500 years old. Let's go and see what it looks like inside. So this is the entrance of the Basilica Cistern. As you can see, there is a long queue. Even though it's not peak season anymore. This is the middle of November 2025, yet there's still a long queue at the entrance. So luckily there's a separate entrance for guided groups, so we're going to enter without queuing. So as you can see, when you enter the Basilica Cistern, the first thing you see is stairs. If you cannot go down the stairs on foot, don't worry, they have wheelchair, and you can ask the security to bring you the lift. So this is it, guys. We're inside of the Basilica Cistern, so this is what it looks like. As you can see, there are hundreds of columns. This place is so massive. Some people think there is a mirror in the middle. Some people cannot believe that this is actually how big it is. So we get this question all the time. Is there a mirror in the middle? No, there is not a mirror in the middle. This is how big this place is. The Basilica Cistern is one of the largest Roman construction projects of all time. It's about the size of 2 football fields. And it has a water capacity of close to 100,000 cubic meters. So water capacity, why? Because yes, it is a cistern. So it is called the Basilica Cistern, but it is not a basilica. It is a cistern. So what is a cistern? A cistern is an underground water reservoir. It's basically a giant water tank which the Byzantines built almost 1,500 years ago to supply water to Constantinople in times of need. So why did the Byzantines build this place? Now the Romans, the Byzantines, and later the Ottomans, for hundreds and hundreds of years have built aqueducts to supply water to Istanbul. Because Istanbul, unlike most other cities, most other ancient cities, was not built next to a rich fresh water source. And for this reason, fresh water had to be brought into the city from other sources. However, in times of need, in times of war, in times of natural disasters, the water supply may have been broken. And for this reason, they built these underground cisterns in Istanbul to supply the city with fresh water in times of need. Even though there are dozens of places like this in Istanbul, and some of them hundreds of years older, and some of them even free, none of them are as famous and as visited as the Basilica Cistern. Why? What is so special about the Basilica Cistern? The Basilica Cistern is the most famous one for 2 main reasons. First of all, this is the largest by far, not even close. The second largest is about half the size of this. And an average cistern from Roman or Byzantine Empire is, generally speaking, like 1/10 of the size of the Basilica Cistern. The Basilica Cistern is truly massive. But the second and the main reason is how unique this place is. You see, most of these places were not supposed to be pretty. These places were not supposed to be visually impressive because these were just underground water reservoirs. Every column here is unique. All the capitals or the pedestals, everything is different from each other. There are hundreds of columns, some of them granite, some of them marble, and you see the materials they used, the style they used, and they're not even from the same era. Some of the columns have hundreds of years in between them, and the reason for all of this is because these were recycled from other places. Some of them from temples, some of them from palaces, and some of them from other governmental buildings and Roman city forums. And for this reason, the Basilica Cistern has a nickname, and that nickname is the Sunken Palace. Because people saw this and they thought like, wow, this place is so beautiful. It's like a palace, but underground. It's like a sunken palace. So the Basilica Cistern used to be filled with water all the way to the top, if necessary. And today, there's just a little bit of water for pictures. This is mainly for visual. And it's not in use anymore, of course. But there's as a museum, it has this nice, comfortable walking path that is going around the building. And this place is it's such a mysterious and visually such an impressive place that it's been in some movies. And the two most famous movies that were shot in the Basilica Cistern there's an old James Bond movie from the 1960s, From Russia with Love, starring Sean Connery, and a more recent movie with Tom Hanks, Inferno, based on the book of Dan Brown. But without a doubt, the most photographed part of the Basilica Cistern is the Medusa head. Now, in the depths of the Basilica Cistern, there's a big surprise. There are two giant Medusa heads that were used as pedestals. One is sideways and the other one is upside down. And here you can see hundreds of tourists are throwing coins and wishing from Medusa every single day. And this is the second one. This one is even bigger, the giant upside down Medusa head, which is the most photographed part of the Basilica Cistern. And it's a big mystery. Everyone is asking, why is the Medusa head upside down? Why are there two giant Medusa heads? What's the meaning of this? Is there some sort of mysterious religious reason why the Romans placed these heads here inside the Basilica Cistern? Well, we know why, of course. It's our job to know these kind of things, but if you know why there are two giant Medusa heads in the depths of the Basilica Cistern, write it in the comments and let's discuss in the comment section down below. And this is one of the most unique columns inside the Basilica Cistern, called the Weeping Column. Weeping as in crying, the Weeping Column is called Weeping Column, and there's a whole legend behind why it's called like this. Basilica Cistern is such a visually impressive place, especially with this modern lightings that are changing every few minutes. The ambience, the ancient 1500 years old ambience, the unique columns and everything, that it is used not only for touristic visits but also some events. Look, there's this whole stage here, which is right now empty, of course, but in some evenings they do special events here like concerts or even like art exhibitions or some gatherings. This place is truly impressive, guys. You should definitely visit the Basilica Cistern when you come to Istanbul. You should not miss this place. There's nothing like the Basilica Cistern. And that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked this content. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe for more useful tips when it comes to visiting Istanbul. And for guided tours, click on the description down below and check our website.